Every year, I'm trying to collect data on Forge of Empires so that we can figure out what people think of the game, which events went well, which features were cool, what your biggest concern with the current state of the game is, things like that. I've done this twice before with 2023 and 2024, and I am happy to announce that it's back for 2025. I've created a survey going over the past year of Forge of Empires, and you can now submit your responses. The link is in the description. The form is completely anonymous if you wish it to be so, and it can only take a few minutes to fill out. I'll be cutting off responses around the 27th of December, and then we'll gather all the data to see the results. I can't wait to see what you think, so go submit your response. Now, I also did want to use this video to give a little review of the past year to refresh you on what's happened from when you're looking at questions about stuff that happened in January. The first event of the year, the Wildlife event, gave us the Pop Blocks minigame, and it also included some popular buildings like the Koi Ponds and the golden upgrades to the mountain reserves. The main event building was the Momiji Dori Shrine, which provided the boosts that you see here. The St. Patrick's Day event brought the Idle Town minigame where you keep the game open and watch circles fill up over and over. This one gave us a choice between pursuing the grand prizes for the Celtic Goldsmith or opening the End of Town chests to get the Cloverkeep Ruins. The Goldsmith was more your conventional event building, but the Cloverkeep Ruins had some Quantum Incursions resources going for them. The next event was the Anniversary event with the Merging Tiles minigame with gems and keys. This one gave us the Astral Viaticum Lighthouse, the Octo Orb, and the Chamber of Quantum Transcendence. The latter two buildings are responsible for the first goods boost given to a building that is somewhat achievable outside of those from the Gold League. We then had the Viking event, which gave us the Spinning Wheel minigame, one of the hardest sets of mini-challenges over the past year, and several interesting buildings. The main building, the Fjordstorm Harbor, gives fragments of the Emberfang Totem, which is the best mass-producible building for finished special production items. We also saw the Dracker Pyre, which was won by opening chests in the minigame. The Pyre functioned as a decent building for some common consumables. The summer event then rolled around, which brought us the Random Tiles minigame with a calendar that many players worked on completing. The main event building here was the Lagoon Hideout, but the Queen Anne's Legacy, the calendar completion reward, largely stole the spotlight for giving fragments of the Ascended upgrades for the Governor's Villa. The next event was the Care event, which brought back the Merging Tiles minigame, but was also the first event to introduce an item shop for some of the rewards. The main event building here was the Forest Sentinel, but again, the spotlight was stolen, this time by the Garden of United Visions. It provides fragments for the Eco Sanctum's Ascended upgrades, making it a popular pick. The fall event continued the theme of the item shop, with the end of daily specials being introduced in this iteration of the Pop Blocks minigame. This one gave us the Breeze Mill Estate, which largely was seen as being a bad building by a large number of players, despite the fact that it remains the strongest single production building in the game thanks to its chain pieces. With those, it could give up to 1,425 forge points or 2,245 goods per collection. We then rolled into the Fellowship event, which has the Idle Town minigame where this time you watch a carriage instead of a boat. The main event building here was the Mercantile Way Station, but you would have to choose between it and the side building, the Rathway Harbor, which you could get from opening the End of Town chests in the minigame. The next event was the Halloween event with its spinning wheel. Notably, the mini-challenges were gone in this event, with them being replaced by tasks. The main building here was the Balloon Grand Gala that can be used to spawn waves of balloons across your city, among some other productions. You could also pick up the Rattlebones Graveyard from the shop, which was a powerful choice that provided fragments of 2 Ascended upgrades for older Halloween buildings. The final event this year is the one that's currently running as this video is posted, the Winter event. The minigame is the Random Tiles one, and of course that means there's a calendar too. The main event building is the Royal Midnight Clock Tower, with the calendar completion reward being the Penelope's North Star Nursery. Hopefully the Winter event is going well for you. We had a lot more than just events this year. We also saw the Guild Expeditions get a pretty massive update with the introduction of trials early in the year, which let us choose the difficulty to fight at, with the rewards scaling accordingly. We then got a second major update to the expeditions that moved most of the rewards to item shops and expanded the trial selection to 55, with the Ancient Temple being added. I have split these out as 2 different options in the form because they each made large changes to the existing formula. The Guild Expeditions weren't the only feature to get trials, as the Guild Battlegrounds also had them implemented. 2 new item shops were added for a variety of rewards, including the ability to finally get fragments for old Diamond League reward buildings. Not to be outdone, the Quantum Incursions got its first new set of ages since its original introduction, where it was in the Iron Age. Now we have the Middle Ages to work through with the new additions of chrono alloys and an item shop. While not a guild feature, this year also gave us historical ally leveling, which gave us the heroic tavern and scrolls that we could use to increase the bonuses of the allies. This also resulted in a pretty good ranking point source, as each scroll spent gives 2,000 points. The last major new feature, barely squeezing in at the end of the year, is the pirate settlement, which gave us a pirate ship, as you'd probably expect. We also got a dice throwing minigame that is essentially Yahtzee but legally distinct. Overall, it was a pretty packed year where quite a bit changed, but we're still waiting for a few new things in 2026. Namely, a lot of eyes are on the Great Building update, which should be arriving in the first quarter of the year. Historical allies should be getting skills and some other tweaks shortly as well. Although they're not confirmed, it is possible we could also see development on Guild Conquest being restarted, and there's always the chance that we could see a new age. And that does about wrap it up for everything that you need to be refreshed on to fill out my end-of-year survey. Again, the link is in the description, so I would truly appreciate it if you head on over and take the time to fill it out if you're so inclined. It's always interesting seeing what all of you think and comparing the data from year to year. Consider joining my Discord server, the link is below, and as always, I'll see you all next time.